Hey there, and welcome to the SBVC Centennial Podcast. My name is Thomas Robles, and I am a proud alumnus here at SBVC. This podcast is part of SBVC's Centennial Celebration. Each episode, we will highlight the people that make SBVC way more than just a college. We'll talk to alumni, faculty, staff, local leaders, and community partners about how this campus opened doors, built careers, and inspired generations. Welcome to the SBVC Centennial Podcast, where we celebrate 100 years of stories here at San Bernardino Valley College. Hi there, everybody. My name is Thomas Robles, and welcome to the San Bernardino Valley College Centennial Podcast. I am with the legendary, the one and only VP of Instruction here at San Bernardino Valley College, Leticia Hector. Leticia, how are you?
I am doing well. So great to be here with you, Thomas.
It's an honor to have you in the podcast space. And before we get into our interview, I was sharing before the podcast, I have a little story to share with our viewers. When I started San Bernardino Valley College many years ago, I was just a kid who didn't know what I wanted to do. And I would hope that my public speaking skills are now flourishing because
yes, they are.
Thank you. My second class that I ever took here at San Bernardino Valley College was led by Leticia, and it was public speaking. Mm-hmm. And I remember that class so genuinely because it gave me the opportunity to write my final paper on my grandfather, who was failing in his health at the time. Mm-hmm. So I don't get very many opportunities to speak about my grandfather or think about my grandfather just because he's been gone for so long. Yeah. But I believe it was 2010. I remember just like, I'm doing something right. So I want to thank you for that opportunity. And just to have that full circle moment, now we're here talking. That's so cool.
This is very exciting.
Yeah. So tell me, how are things on your end? You've now been in your new role for, you said, about 3 semesters now.
Yes, this is my 3rd semester.
How are you feeling?
It's been great. I mean, what an experience. You hear the phrase, right people, right place, right time. And I really believe that. Right now, we've got a strong team that I'm working with, and the energy on campus from faculty to our classified professionals, it's an exciting time. And as you know, we're celebrating our centennial, and to be a part of that is quite the experience.
Sure. Before we get into our questions, because I'm going to have a couple questions for our guest, I wanted to ask, when it comes to your role as a faculty member, and then into your dean position, and now as a executive for the school, how do you think your role has impacted our centennial celebration? Your career, and may I ask, how long have you been on campus?
I've been here since 2001, so approaching 25 years, believe it or not.
That's amazing.
Yes.
Wonderful. Of course, you've made an impact on campus. I would argue you've made such an impact on campus. How has that been for you, given the opportunity to serve?
Well, I only hope that I've been able to make that impact on our campus. Through the years, I've had the opportunity to serve in a variety of leadership roles. And I think through that experience, again, almost 25 years now, from faculty to a dean position to now the VPI, I've really had the opportunity to experience different periods of the campus and what we've experienced, the different needs that we've had. But the one thing that really holds close to me as far as why I love this place so much is because my values clearly aligned with the fact that we have committed ourselves to access, to equity, and student success. And that's why I went into this profession to begin with. I think it's all about providing opportunity to our community, and the fact that we've committed to that for now 100 years is a testament to just what we're about and what we are here to do.
I gotta ask, do you have any favorite stories on campus in your tenure here? I'd imagine you've met so many people, so many students. You've been at how many events? Is there a moment or two that maybe stand out as something that you're like, man, how cool was it to be a part of that?
I don't know if I don't know if I can identify a single experience, but more of like the COVID experience. That to me, that was probably the one that had the greatest impact with me, because I was able to see just what our community was about, and to see how quickly we were able to come together and do what we needed to do to continue to move forward And so I would probably say that was probably the most impactful experience that I've had. And I'm honored to have been a part of that while it was very challenging, just to be able to help be a piece of moving us forward. And just seeing the community that we have. Sometimes people think it's greener on the other side. And this is a great place. People care about each other. And when it comes down to it, we come together, we rise above and do what we need to do. And that means everything.
You've been a part of San Bernardino Valley College for over 2 decades now. What first brought you here, and what has kept you connected to this community?
So to be completely transparent, Thomas, I was young and I had the opportunity to land a full-time job very early on. So I was only out of graduate school for 2 years looking for a job. I knew I wanted to teach at the community college level, and I felt that's where I can give the most. And it was Valley College. It was, again, timing, right? A lot of it's timing with faculty positions. And this was an opening that I went for, and I was fortunate enough to be offered the position. And I don't think I knew the opportunity at that moment, but it's through the time of spending here at Valley that I found, again, it's the people. It's the people that keep me here, the relationships I've built. And that's where I do believe things happen for a reason. Everything happens for a reason, right? And I was supposed to be here, which is why almost 25 years later, I have dedicated my career to Valley College in this district and have no regrets. It's been an amazing experience, and I again, what keeps me here is the community, and again, the fact that, my values align with what we're trying to do here, our commitment to our students and community, and to provide opportunities and access. And so what more can you ask for? I remember pulling up at times thinking, I'm getting paid to do what I do. And I loved it. And I was majority faculty my years here. And I really had the opportunity to just work in different spaces and learn more about what our students' needs are. So then I think that's what really helped provide some of that historical background that, again, provides me the support needed to do what I need to do in these other roles as a manager now, and now as a VPI. And so it's been quite the experience, and I really couldn't ask for more of a better community to work with. And so that's what makes Valley, and our district as well. So there's a lot of great things happening right now, and to be a part of that is special.
You started at SBVC as a communication and media professor and now serve as the vice president of instruction. What has that journey taught you about transformation?
So transformation, I think initially we think of, okay, here's where I started, here's where I'm at now. But I think transformation needs to be thought more about the journey between that transformation, right? The challenges that we've been faced, how we've been stretched from one role to the next role, and what we've been able to accomplish through that journey. And so the transformation, I think the journey, like I've shared already, it's been amazing. I've just always seen Valley as a place of opportunity. So in regards to the transformation that I've experienced, we've been through a lot. Again, I've been here over 25 years, and to think that's a quarter of this 100-year celebration, to be such a part of that. But we've gone through a time period where in-person classes have, the needs of our students have evolved through the years. And what education looks like from back in 2000 versus 2025, 2026, it's a different environment. It's a different learning environment. The culture has changed as well. The world is changing, and we're facing different obstacles and challenges that we're having to deal with. And so, but what's great, again, is that while things evolve, while we have experienced highs and lows throughout those past 20, 25 years, in my experience through this transformation, is that, again, what's been consistent the entire way is the connection, the sense of belonging for me, but the commitment again from our campus and our district to support our faculty and students and classified professionals. It's here to protect and provide the support that we all need. A lot of times we focus on our students. We're here for our students, which is number one. But at the same time, it's remembering those that help provide the services and remove the barriers for our students to provide the access needed. And so the fact that I've seen that consistent through the number of changes that we've gone throughout the years, and obstacles and challenges, the one wavering point that I think has not changed and has been consistent is that support. And I think a testament to that is COVID. That was one of the experience that was so challenging. I was brand new dean. I started spring 2020, and that's when COVID hit. And literally after being here a month, it was, a month and a half, we were asked to move the entire campus remote in 2 weeks. We're dealing with faculty and professionals that never worked online. And so talk about times evolving and the change of technology and so forth. But to have to pick up an entire campus district and move and shift in 2 weeks online was a major lift. And that could not happen without everybody coming together. And to see everyone instantly, without hesitation, come together and do what we needed to do to make that happen, to not create another barrier with our students, to allow them to continue with their education, was amazing to see and to be a part of. And the fact that our district supported our employees. We didn't interfere with anyone's jobs. So even, positions that were challenging to see how do we move this remote, we found ways to do that, to again, not only support our students, but our employees as well. And I think that speaks volumes. And that's, again, it's special to be able to be in a place and work for a place that believes in their people and community. And that's what I think is amazing.
I really love that you tailored it to the needs of your team members, your faculty, your staff, because now that I'm an adjunct myself. Yeah. Now I can see the other side of it. Mm-hmm. Those needs of those professionals, they change. The skill set differs, mm-hmm. the perspective changes. I agree that you're saying as a leader, you need to just kind of get in the front and say, we got this. Mm-hmm. You're in the trenches with them. Mm-hmm. I think that's so important. Yeah. And I'm so glad that that's something we have here at San Bernardino Valley College, that it's in unison, we move forward together. Mm-hmm. There's no pockets of you're over there. No. We do this together.
And that's something, Thomas, actually, that part of my leadership style, and I hope to never I tell people, don't ever let me lose focus of the importance of team. Even as I move through this transformation, it's recognizing that even from faculty to faculty chair to dean to the VPI, is everybody plays a role in what we do here, and not to ever forget that, and to recognize it is important that we show that we value everybody and their roles. And not this, title situation. It's just important to recognize the impact a team can have. And, I often I'm asked, how do you measure your success? And I really do measure my success in the success of my team. Because if everyone is doing well, everyone is happy, we're all going to prosper, right? And that's just going to impact everyone. It's a ripple effect. And I just truly believe in that team concept. And some can think it's cheesy or, but no, even communication, I struggle with it's a soft skill because it seems so minor, not significant, important. Communication, I have found through my transformation, is critical as you move through these roles. It's such a key component and can really make a difference in, how things are handled. And so communication is critical, and most importantly, showing respect in how we communicate with one another.
And I would argue in your leadership and your time as a faculty, you've probably brought on or hired or at least been on the committee of some of the folks that have been hired. I would love to say, as a community member, as an alumni, as someone who now puts my work into this campus, so many of the faculty, especially from the humanities side, to this day are the first people I call if I need a letter of recommendation.
Yeah.
To the names that come to mind immediately are Dr. Dahim Fuzini. I don't know if you know this, but when he got married, he asked me to ordain his wedding. Did you know that? Yeah. So once upon a time, I had him he was my English professor, and
So did you?
I did. I ordained his
wonderful.
wedding. It was so funny. I was a wedding singer, and I don't know if we'll keep this in. I was a wedding singer for a while in my early 20s, and my mom said, wouldn't it be funny if you became ordained and you could marry all your friends? And I'm like, Mom, you're crazy. And I go online, and the next morning we're at breakfast. I'm like, yeah, I got ordained. So you could just do it online really quickly through like these nonprofits that recognize state law and whatnot. But I love the opportunity to do that for some friends, and one of those friends was Dahim Fuzini.
Wow.
And to this day, he calls me, when are we going to In-N-Out? Let's catch up. I want to hear about the baby. I want to hear about this. Valley College for me as an alumni, as a student, wasn't just get in, get your degree, and get out. I was paused. Hey, how are you doing? How's your family? That's what makes this place so special for me.
Yeah.
And I would argue you're a big part of that conversation. I think the culture that you're leading goes into the faculty, and it gets trickled down to the student body, the alumni body. So thank you for that.
Well, I appreciate that so much, Thomas. But I mean, talk about a complete circle, right? Because, when you start as faculty, we're in it with the students, and we only hope we're making an impact on our students the way we're trying to. And so, again, talk about full circle. Being here with you today, you mentioned at the beginning, I hope I'm doing this right, since we have public speaking together. And it's amazing to see the outcome, right? And this is why we do what we do. And to see where you're at, to see yourself, being able to communicate and, express your thoughts. I mean, that's the most satisfying experience in the work we do here in education. And again, while I'm not in the classroom, just to still see those impacts on our students and how I might be able to still continue to serve a role in advocating and promoting the needs and what the students need within their programs is a great feeling. But it's an honor to be here with you today and to see where you're at. And so this is great. This is a great story. So thank you.
Thank you. It's an honor to have you. Thank you. From your perspective, what does access look and feel like on our campus today?
So access is, again, you hear our new phrase right now that we have is, come with a dream, leave with a future. And I love it. And so, and that's exactly it. We are an institution that provides access to all. And in order to do that, we have to be equity-minded as well, right? It's not just opening the doors, but making sure that we're providing the resources available or providing the resources necessary to our students, home and food insecurities, and seeing what we can do to provide that support as well. So where I see us today, it's a new place. I see the culture shifting, and in a very positive way. I feel the energy coming back, because it's taken a little bit after COVID as well. We were predominantly remote, but we're now coming back. We have now, for the first time, I believe, in the last 3.5 years, a permanent executive team. And so I think that makes a difference to really help promote and move different initiatives forward. And so I think we're in a good place. I think the energy is strong. I think the students are back, and people are enjoying being here. And I think the more they enjoy being here. They are experiencing a sense of belonging, that was something that we found coming out of COVID, that students were lacking some of that, which is natural, right? We were all remote. And so we had to really focus on trying to build that. And so we have so many more initiatives now where we've got so many cohorts that we're developing, learning cohorts and communities for students. Our athletics program is just being elevated as well. And so our clubs. And so there's just so much opportunity here for our students. And we're trying to do everything we can to promote them. And I think the number one thing is making sure our students are aware of all the resources that we have here. And so working closely with our marketing team to ensure that they know where to go for these services. So I think we're in a great place. I think access, we're an open door. Again, we want this to be everybody's home. And so that's something that the president greets community with a lot of times in different spaces now, welcome home. And it's true. This is my home away from home. And I hope that our students and our community feel the same as well.
You led the Arts and Humanities division for several years.
Yes.
What role does creativity and the arts play in San Bernardino Valley College's story?
Wow, Thomas. Arts and Humanities plays a major role in that storytelling of our campus. For example, just being able to teach and work with our students, sharing different ways of expressing themselves, right? Whether it's through spoken word, whether it's through music, dance, theater, film and television, right? So it's another way for those that perhaps are not as outspoken to be able to express themselves in different ways and learn about other cultures as well, learn more about themselves through these disciplines. For example, we have an art gallery on our campus. I mean, that's amazing. And so for them to possibly see themselves within that art, the music, the different music productions that we have, and to see music that reflects their culture. Film television department, to be able to participate in creating a documentary. I mean, that's amazing. And so they're critical to the learning experience, to have that hands-on ability in these different types of lab settings, but to also, again, learn to express themselves different ways. And so, for example, and I'll just talk more in regards to the discipline I come from, which is communication studies. We offer a speech and debate team every year. And again, most people know that public speaking is the one area that they fear the most. And so that's why I love teaching public speaking, because of that, because I believed so much that it was a skill that everyone should acquire. It's not just for professionals giving speeches, but you need to learn how to advocate for yourself. And within our community here, even more so. So it was exciting to really try to educate our students, our community, about the need to acquire that skill and to get over this fear of being in public and speaking, but recognize why we need to acquire this skill and to see them transform through that class and by the end be able to stand up feeling confident and speaking. And I always tried to share, again, it's not about just you being able to advocate for yourself, but being in a position to advocate for those you care about as well, because you never know when those situations will come about. And so I always say, you're not going to have time to go and see how to present yourself. But it's important to be ready when it's necessary. And again, your biggest advocate will always be yourself. And to be able to find your voice is just empowering. And to be able to contribute and help others find that within themselves is so satisfying. And so, again, to hear you reflect back about the opportunity that you felt you had to talk about your father in a space where I think that's important. So,
looking toward the next century, What do you hope future students and educators carry forward from this era of San Bernardino Valley College's history?
I hope that the next era, the next generation, what I'm hoping we're contributing now is building a foundation for that next generation to come in and then take us to that next level, right? We always say we want the next generation to do even better. And so I'm hoping through the work we're currently doing that we set them up to be able to take that next step and to continue to provide the support, the access that our community needs in order to become more successful, to run into other opportunities. And that's what it's about. So I hope what we're doing is going to, again, set the next generation up to be more prosperous and to have the confidence to go out. We were having a conversation prior to meeting here in regards to the current state of our community and the challenges that sometimes we face. And that, where I like to live is in the space of, I have the opportunity to work with an education. And my goal here, my passion is to educate our community, right? Because I think that's what's going to empower people, and to empower them with education, helping them find their voice. That next generation is going to do the work where we leave off, right? And that's the intent, that's the hope, and that's where I want to live, no matter what's happening around us. I have faith in our younger community coming in that's going to take over for us. And I have to believe that they will rise to the occasion to continue to move the work we're doing forward.
Leticia, thank you so much for your time today. This was an absolute honor to reconnect with you.
Yes.
I can't wait to see where you go from here and the good that you put in to our community. Thank you so much.
I appreciate you, Thomas.
I appreciate you. Folks, thank you so much for watching. This has been the San Bernardino Valley College Centennial Podcast. We'll see you in the next episode. Take care. Valley up.